Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so this video right here is just for long-term savings. If you're looking for a place to put your money in for long-term saving, I suggest finding a good stock or a good mutual growth fund or something like that to put your money in. But I'm just going to go over three single stocks that I do put my money in and the reason why and how I do a review and go through it. So the number one place to put your money in savings. That way, first to beat inflation, which is going to continue to come, and it actually is a hidden tax put on people, and it's as safe as it could be. The number one stock I have is J.P. Morgan Chase, mainly because as you can see here, J.P. Morgan Chase is the largest bank in the United States and the world largest by market capitalization of 2024. As you can see, the total assets is 4.4 trillion. But in short, this is what I call a bank that's too big to fail. That if the economy got so bad and this bank would fail, the governments would step in to make sure these banks go, but also other governments outside the United States would step in and make sure this bank is go. This is a bank that buys banks that bails out other banks. I call it an Illuminati bank for it. So let's take a look at JP Morgan. Okay, and this is one thing we're looking at stocks. So if you look at how the market went for Friday in JP Morgan Chase stock, you will see it was down 0.57%. As you see, it's in the red. So some people say, "Oh man, it's going down. Why would I put my money in right now?" You never judge a stock just by a single day, a single 5 days. You always want to look at minimum the 5 year 5 year results of the stock. As you can see, JP Morgan Chase started out 5 years ago, was at $96.27. Today it's at $287.11. That's a gain of 210.09%. Divided by 5, and then you get your average on that, which is very good. But again, we are going, this is a long-term savings. Long-term savings where you just put the money in there and it's going to sit for 5 to 10 years on it. Okay. Another thing I look at when it comes to stock is the income statements on it. They have quarterly and annually, and this is on Google Finance, by the way, if you're ever looking where I'm getting this information. As you can see here on the quarterly reports look very well for JP Morgan Chase. On it is doing pretty well. And then that's just these past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quarters, and also we got another quarter coming up shortly. But also, if you look at the annual, it's going up. It's still going up. So JP Morgan Chase is, just by looking at those things, that's why I say JP Morgan Chase is a good place to put your money in stock for long-term savings. My next two are for companies that people use them every day. I mean, a lot of millions, probably billions of people, millions, at least millions of people use Visa for sure on it. Visa is another stock that we'll look at. As I say, I type in Visa here, and you want to look at the 5 year plan. As you can see, over the past 5 years, Visa has grown by 84.19%. And another thing, biggest thing, everybody uses Visa. Um, Google Finance also put a little notes on here what's going on with Visa, but you always just want to look at that. You do want to look at the financial news on it just to see what's going on with the company and things like that. But the main thing I look at is the quarterly reports and the annual reports once again. So as you can see here are the quarterly reports on it, and you can look at this yourself on Google Finance as well. And if you click on annually, as you can see, the revenue is growing. It's considered growing. Net income has to do with overclock, paying employees and stuff like that, and that always can change. You always want to see that the revenue and the net income is always in the positive. If you see a huge negative, then I would say you might want to start looking a little deeper into the company. And the third company I look into that is MasterCard. MasterCard, as you can see, is currently following Visa and how it does. That's that competitor on that to work. And boom, if you click like that, you can see MasterCard. It does cost a little bit more on their stock on it. That's why currently right now I have money in Visa, but I am watching MasterCard. So just to back up, my savings are currently in JP Morgan stock and also Visa stock at this time. But if you were to look at the quarterly report on this, MasterCard kind of follows Visa. It's going up, it's doing very well on it. And this the main goal of this is not like, oh, I'm gonna make $1 million. It's no, it's more so just saving and building inflation. It's something I came up with just over the past years of trying to save money and just seeing how everybody know in the past year we had very high inflation, and it really ate a lot of people money. A lot of people had to pay that tax. People are currently paying the tax on that as well. Okay. And the biggest thing, also know when the stock goes up and down, you don't make money, you don't lose money until you sell the stock. You just have to watch it, monitor it. Don't have anybody else do it. You need to know how to do this. And I'm also going to throw in here a wild card. If I did have, like, let's say if I did have any additional money to put in, this is another stock that I would use is AIG. A lot of people remember AIG from the crash of 2008 to where this bank, I'm gonna hit max on here. This stock got up to where it was at its height was $1,500 a share, but they got into the housing crisis and they crashed. But they are also now since if I would have known better, I would have bought it back in 2009, right after the crash, because it was at $27.14. And if you look over the past 5 years, it's grown by 184.72%. So AIG is doing very well on it. They lost money in 2024. See, that's why I say you got to watch it. They lost money, but as you see over the past couple of years, they're growing. But this is a bank. This is an insurance company that is, well, actually not the past year. The quarter they actually lost a lot of money. Um, but this is like a company that is growing from a major crash. So I'm monitoring. I would put money in it right now because I know insurance is growing. California does have its trouble, but um, in the United States, insurance is actually doing okay. It's a lot of restructuring going on. So that's what I got to say. But just to recap, I know I showed you AIG, but the three main companies I would say put your money into is JP Morgan Chase is my number one. It's a strong number one. Number two would be Visa. Number three would be MasterCard. Now, if Apple Pay becomes very large and huge, then I'll question Visa and MasterCard, but JP Morgan Chase will always go strong. So I'm just going to leave you with this on JP Morgan Chase. Just go check out their finances, and they also have a lot of political influence as well. Jamie Dimon is the CEO. Look into him. So a lot of YouTube videos on him. Thank you. Bye.